What Ukraine also demonstrated is the willpower, the mindset, and the push to say we go all in.
It's all about 4 principles that are important in sports, life, politics, war: focus, agility, coordination, and endurance.
The story is one of power, leadership, and perseverance.
Unity around Ukraine, the key for peace and freedom in Europe, and that's why stay with Ukraine, stay for democracy, stay for European values.
Welcome to the CEO DNA, the podcast where top founders, CEOs, and visionaries share their mindset, strategies, and willpower. The willpower it actually takes to lead and build something extraordinary. Today, we dive deep with 2 legendary champions, Vitali and Wladimir Klitschko. From dominating the boxing ring to leading in business and politics. The story is one of power, leadership, and perseverance. So let's get started. Welcome, Wladimir and Vitali Klitschko. All right, so let's get started. Welcome, Vitali and Wladimir. Current situation is, of course, extremely challenging. That's why I'm super happy that we have the chance to talk. You guys started in boxing and now also have leadership roles in different areas. What did you learn during your time in boxing that you also use now when it comes to mindset?
Boxing with life have a lot of similarity. It's you need discipline, you need a good team around you, you need the skills, endurance to achieve your goal in life, and you have to be structured. When you starting to do something, it's very important, and all components come together, bring you to success in sport or in different life, business or politics, I guess.
Wladimir, how is it for you?
It's all about 4 principles that are important in sports, life, politics, war: focus, agility, coordination, and endurance. These 4 principles were important to be successful in my boxing career, as well as I mentioned in economy, in business, in the war. We're showing that the most important principle out of those 4 right now is endurance, because people on the front line are tired, behind the front line are tired. Allies are tired of supporting. So endurance beats masterpiece and second largest army in the world, as we've been showing for the past 3 years in Ukraine.
Yeah, something that almost nobody really could believe at the beginning, right? To say, can there be so much power? But I think the understanding what Ukraine also demonstrated is the willpower, the mindset, and the push to say we go all in. And I think that's something what you normally don't have, right? When it comes now to business, I think we can learn so much from it, to say, okay, we really go all the way in. How was it for you? Now that also, Wladimir, you invested so much in different businesses before, but you were also talking, and we also had dinner the other day, about the situation now during the war. How was it for you to understand what's really important? Because at one point your title was not important anymore, your money was not important anymore.
It is absolutely at sometimes in life when you either gonna make it or you're gonna be broke.
Yes.
You're realizing in the end, of course, mention 4 principles important, but what else? What else? Is your money important? Is your titles, are they important? What else? It's about human moral, because without human moral, sometimes you cannot make decisions that are not that significantly important, because human moral is extremely important. And as we know, just knowing that future life, meaning our children, Ukrainian children, been stolen, hundreds of thousands of them been stolen by the Russians, recruited with the time into soldiers and sent on the front lines as well. And this is just another shape of genocide of the Ukrainian population, when you have one family fighting on both sides of the front due to propaganda, due to brainwash. And that's unfortunately been going since 2014, if you can imagine. This war in Ukraine been going since the annexation of Crimea and east of the country, and still going on. So during this time, there are different destinies been experienced by people and families, and as I mentioned before, but the youngest ones, by children. They were 14 in 2014, and then in 2022 they were sent on the front line after going through military classes and brainwash. And unfortunately, it does take place, and it's very serious and dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's also one thing what we definitely can learn also from the leadership, also what you both are really pushing to your people back home. And also Vitali was telling one of the stories when he visited a hospital. How can you actually still make hope and give hope? You know, what words can you say to somebody who just lost both legs we were talking about?
It's actually Ukraine's surprise whole world. Unbroken, still alive, have the skills, character, and real warrior. To fighting against one of the strongest armies in the world, 3 years successfully defend our homeland. And that's why it's moral is very important role. Motivation is very important, because it's our home, it's our families, it's our children, it's our country, it's our future. And the motivation of in Ukraine pretty high, but to be honest, people tired from the war, and everyone hope when the war will be stopped, when the freedom come back to Ukraine.
Especially, I think Kyiv had lots of challenges, and you managed that very well. What about your leadership style? What can we also learn and see from you? What did you implement to have this power then in Kyiv? And also this hope, what you gave people actually.
It's very important to talk to people. It's very important to show the positive examples, and it's very important to make everything have to be in function, because Kyiv city is it's public transportation, education, in medical care. It's so many services. It's everything have to work, and give hope to people, because they see the Russians try to destroy it. They never achieve the goals, and we still strong, and we work, we defending our homeland, and we still fighting. It's very important. It's very important motivation.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I mean, it not only has to work, it also has to work in crisis, right? In extreme situation, how it is at the moment. How do you manage that? How do you set up in those crisis time that the people are still have the chance to get to food, that there's still certain essential things are still working, and that they still keep the hope that kids still can go to school, that they don't lose everything, not the entire social environment?
It's very important to have a good team around you, good people. Some principle. Do you want to be the best? Work with the best. It's very important to build a team, people who honest, who responsible, who very effective, and who can deliver result.
And I think you also only really meet in a crisis time if your team is really as you wanted to be or not, right? So I think how did you select your team around you, and is it really now the same team, or did some team members also leave where you said, oh no, in crisis they were leaving?
The process never stopped. It's nobody is perfect, but everyone want to be, and that's why we always try to find the good people, better people who can achieve new results, who motivated pretty well.
I think that's super interesting. Wladimir, how is it for you as a brotherhood to support also now your brother? I know you go now on different events. We also met at one of the events to also support as much as you can to spread the message. How is it for you now as a brother to kind of to support and spread the word?
It has not changed in the past 48 years. Nothing's going to be changed in the near future. Yeah. So this question is basically that's not something that I'm forcing myself to do. If you talk about support, it's I think it's mutual between two siblings, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
And to really drive the legacy, but also now see the driven purpose, that you really say, I'm all in also with my brother. I'm side by side.
I'm not saying it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just I don't even think about it. It's probably something that is out there and natural, and either you do it or you don't do it. That depends how you feel about your active part in something challenging. Either you want to face it or you want to show back to a challenge. So I prefer to face the challenge. Yeah.
I think in all your life, I really, when I watch different episodes of your life, you always been next to each other, so whether it was you going
even now sitting in this podcast in the front of you and beside of each other.
But it's also very powerful for many other leaders out there who's listening to the podcast to understand, to really find somebody, whether you have your brother or to really have a sparring partner where this person is there in good and in bad times, right? I mean, for you it was now a given, but do you have any advice how we can maybe also find it, or what really keeps you both together? Because I also know lots of brothers who are not sticking together.
Very easy and difficult questions at the same time. We're brothers, not just brothers, we are friends, and we're relatives. We have the same blood, we have the same, almost the same story, same background. Yeah, we're looking the same because sometimes people don't know who is Vladimir, who is Vitali, and
first time actually the wrong name.
That's why we have much more similarity than different.
Yeah. How do you see the future? So what will we now see in the future? I mean, nobody really can predict it, but obviously you have way more information than anyone else probably now.
We hope this year, 2025, will be a year when we bring the peace back to our homeland.
I think it's way over time to do so. I highly appreciate the podcast today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation. And we're looking in the future very optimistic. And not just looking, we do it everything to support the people, to support our country, and to bring the peace back to Europe. It's very important. It's a dream of millions of the people, not just Ukraine, around the world. And we have to do that. And please stay proactive. Do it everything what you can to achieve your dreams.
What can people do if they want to support Ukraine?
Unity around Ukraine, the key for peace and freedom in Europe. And that's why stay with Ukraine. Stay for democracy, stay for European values. It's very important, and be proactive. It's very important also, because if you will be passive, you already lose and you never achieve your goals.
And I think it's also an important point, what you also mentioned earlier when we talked, that it's really about also Europe. So I think we had somebody also from Luxembourg, and he said, oh, I'm just from a small country in Luxembourg. But people said, no, you're a big European person. And I think at the end, it's so close to, also now we're sitting in Germany, to Germany. It's so close to so many other countries. And so I think it's really talking about the future also of Europe.
100%. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. If you're from Europe,
Yeah.
San Marino,
Yeah.
maybe, or Luxembourg, or
Sure.
any other country that is not, in your opinion, big enough, but it's like entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship. So you're the part of the bigger puzzle.
Yeah.
And this big puzzle is made out of these parts.
Mm-hmm.
So zoom out, get the bigger view, get bigger ambitious, dream big, act small, because you're going to build whatever you do in life in small steps,
Yes.
which going to get bigger, and you're going to get further, and maybe you will get faster alone, but together you're definitely going to get further, and you're going to remain stronger.
For sure, especially I think also with the current situation with the USA, that this is more around also probably like a government, like a company in the future. More entrepreneurship is probably now in the US. So I think it's also very interesting to see how this will also reflect now on Europe, and how we as European also change to act a bit faster with decisions and be a bit bolder also on entrepreneurship. Again, thank you
for
so
having
much,
us.
both of you.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Before you go, a quick note to all the entrepreneurial listeners out there. If you're looking for a reliable and efficient way to scale your online business and payments, I highly recommend checking out Kloep.com. It's designed to streamline your processes from payment processing to customer management, all in one platform. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale up, Kloep provides the tools you need to succeed. Visit Kloep.com today and see how it can transform your business operations. Dive in and start optimizing your sales processes now.